Man, we've got a spicy movie with spicy worms, spicy Timothy Chalamet, and a beardless Jason Momoa. We are the Cinefanatics. Let's go!
God, help me.
What's going on, everybody? We're the Cinefanatics. My name's Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And today we're bringing you a review for Dune.
I don't
Part
know why
one.
Yeah. Why do we say it like that? What was...
But it's just fun. Dune. So here's the thing, guys. This review is going to be spoiler-free. We're not going to dive into all the nitty-gritty details of the spicy worlds and whatnot and all the spoils.
So you can make a spice joke?
Yep.
No.
However, we are going to be diving into some spoilers on the tagline, which will be Wednesday at, what is it?
6 Pacific, 9 Eastern.
The time he said. That's where we're going to get into all the details and stuff. So come back during our live show, the tagline, type in the chat, hang out in the chat, whatever spoilers you want to get into. We're going to do it there.
So you got Sporty Spice, Baby Spice, and Melange Spice.
And you got Timothy Chalamet, so emo boy spice.
Emo boy Spice, yeah.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I'm Old Spice, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, so getting into this review, one quick thing to mention right at the top, and I feel like this is probably the best way to reach our audience. I have seen the original 1984 David Lynch Dune, so I knew that before going into this movie. You have not.
Nope, I have not read the book, nor have I seen the original Dune. I knew nothing of Dune other than a few like key names and places and phrases here and there.
It's
other than that,
the trailers.
Yeah, and then the trailers. Other than that, fresh eyes. Well, fresh 4 eyes.
So we'll have a good comparison here. So depending on what your level of experience with Dune is, feel free to pick and choose who you want to listen to and whose opinion may actually sway you one way or another.
This review's got something for everybody.
I guess let's jump into mine first real quick. Again, I've seen the original 84 Dune. A lot of the things I took away from this, luckily walking into this movie, I already knew who the characters were, I knew what the setup was, and I feel like that played heavily into my enjoyment of being able to watch this. I feel like 90% of the audience probably went into this without knowing anything, and they probably still didn't know anything when they walked out of the theater. It is a very heavy movie. Yeah. That being said, there's a lot of the stuff that I was looking for based on comparisons to the 84 original that I really enjoyed. I love the cinematography. I love the music. I loved like the costumes, the sound design, like everything except like the basic acting, which I did love as well. But all the other technical stuff I feel like was what was a big standout for this movie. This was definitely a movie that was tailor-made for Denis Villeneuve to take on.
I would be very surprised if I don't see this up for Oscars for cinematography, for, costume design, for all of those kinds of aspects. Very much worth it. This, I feel strongly having watched this now, again, not having seen the original, just seeing this, you bring up Denis Villeneuve, this definitely feels like a movie he wanted to make it. You could tell he wanted to make it while you were watching it. There's certain movies, if you just watch it, you can see the director's passion coming through. Definitely saw it here. As someone who has not known really anything Dune going into this, I do know that the original Dune, I believe, it's 84, so it didn't necessarily precede Star Wars, but the novel did. So
yes.
You can see a lot of even in this one, in this reimagining of the novel, or however the kids are calling it nowadays. The reboots?
Reboot!
They say that? Either way, you can see the effects that this story had on Star Wars. Like, I can see that. I was able to pick those things out. The thing of it is I actually really enjoyed this. Knowing nothing, going into it, it is very, very dense at the beginning. It is one of those movies that does expect you to keep up, and
it's going to throw a lot to you.
It's going to throw a lot to you at the beginning. Here's some planet names. Here's some people names. Here's what's the main plot. Here's what's going on.
Here's a religion. Here's the rules they follow. Here's there's a whole lot.
Keep up with it, because we're not going to slow down and go back over this. You're just going to have to know it when we mention these names later. And typically, I'm not a huge fan of stuff like that, because I'm like, wait. I didn't quite catch it the first time. Sometimes I need things to be reiterated once or twice.
Well, it's probably good for you if you were to watch it on HBO Max, since it went day and date on HBO Max. But we saw it in the theater instead.
It is true. There is a bonus to that effect. I would say, first of all, again, talking about cinematography, definitely worth seeing in the theater. If you can go see it in the theater, if you want to go see it in the theater, go see it in the theater.
Hey, Dune looks fantastic.
Stop it, you rebel. But otherwise, it is available on HBO Max, for those who still don't feel safe quite yet going to a theater. Or for those of us who have seen it in the theater and want to rewatch it again immediately.
Because that will probably be a thing.
That will be a thing. Suffice it to say, Timothée Chalamet, I think, really did well in this. He had the presence to lead this movie. I expect, hopefully we get the part 2, that he's going to do even bigger and better things in that part of the story. Other highlights for me: Rebecca Ferguson
Jessica,
Oscar Isaac,
Duke Leto.
Yeah, both of them stood out. One of my favorite characters in this was Duncan Idaho.
Yeah, Jason Momoa. So now we saw why he shaved the beard.
Exactly.
Like 3 years ago.
Oh man, yeah, it's been so long, and that's the thing. This movie it got delayed an entire year because of the world and its status. Mm-hmm. But it was worth the wait. I'm glad that we finally got here for it, and we were actually able to see it now. It was worth the wait for me. But yeah, as I was saying, actors, bunch of highlights throughout there. Definitely everyone came in and just did their thing, and they did it well.
I said my other takeaway, knowing that when the original came out in 1984, that I know there was history behind this, that some theaters handed out little pieces of paper that had descriptions and definitions of some of the words and places and things that they say.
Typically not a good sign for your movie if you have to do that.
No, but I definitely feel like me, as someone who's heavily ADD that has problems typically diving into these movies, as you would say, I don't pick up on things quite like that as well, kind of like what you were saying. So if you are very hard to catch on things and stuff, it may help do a little research, Google basic things you may need to know about the world of Dune before you dive into this movie, so you have a good foundation to build that story upon.
Yeah.
After that, I feel like this movie will be very, very entertaining for you. Me personally, though, because they did take what was essentially, and aside from the book, I don't know the book that well, but the original movie, they basically took that story and they made it longer, and they're splitting it into 2 separate parts.
Yeah.
Because of that, this movie was 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and I really do feel like that last hour kind of dragged on a bit. They were really just pulling every single little bit of emotion and feelings and cinematography they could out of this movie. Therefore, I feel like the pacing may have been a bit off, but also a lot of people will say the pacing of the original 84 movie was also very well off because David Lynch and his way of directing.
Yeah. I mean, so overall, I think our big takeaways are I really liked it. I actually really enjoyed it. I am excited to revisit it again soonish. I have to sit on it for a little bit, let it marinate. Mm-hmm. But I
should put some spice on that marinade.
Hey, he got there again. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it again. And rating, I'm giving this thing a solid 9 out of 10.
Ooh, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
I did like it. I would say I'd give this probably a good 7.5 out of 10. I don't know what we're using to rate on, but sure, whatever pops up, 7.5 of those.
I'm sure it's going to be something spice related.
Probably.
Or whatever you come up with.
It was.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, guys, what did you think of this movie? Let us know if you saw it down in the comments below, what you thought about Dune. Also, what did you think about this review? Let us know down there in the comments. Also, if, you like our knuckleheaded shenanigans here and you want to see more.
We little shenanigans.
Yes. What you can do, though, if you do want to see more, if you do want to support what we're doing here, is hit up that Patreon, patreon.com/cinefanatics. There's a bunch of tiers over there that we're doing all sorts of stuff on. We got a Discord. We got movie news. That's our show. We got watch-alongs. We've got all sorts of stuff.
We've got how to be on camera acting lessons. Well, maybe.
We're working on it. All sorts of stuff over there on the Patreon, patreon.com/cinefanatics. Feel free to sign up today.
And then also come back to the tagline Wednesday nights for our spoiler talk discussion about this. That will be this coming Wednesday. We're going to have a lot of fun with that over there.
Dune spoilers!
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, make sure you hit that like button down below. Again, comment, share it with your friends and family. Let them know how crazy you are that you follow us, two crazy people. And also subscribe. Hit that subscribe button that's down below. There's also a subscribe button up here above our heads. And then over here off to the side somewhere, there's a couple other videos that we have made. And as always...
All right, now it's time to get spicy.
Just couldn't help yourself, could you?
I always walk off camera.
Yeah, later.